So, welcome everyone to the Passionate Poetry's second session, open mic, on February the 20th, 2022. And so happy to have you all here. I'm Annette, the founder of the Passionate Poetry. I am but a small portion of the group. You all are really the heart of it. So welcome to this, and we're going to start in the order that you signed on, and we'll make rounds. And please introduce yourself, where you're from, give a little bit of your background, and then recite a poem, and then we'll make rounds again once we're done making rounds the first time. So, dear Elizabeth, sweet Elizabeth, who I adore, you are the first that is up. If you would please unmute yourself and share with us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. My name is Elizabeth Ogunmodede. I am a Nigerian by birth and by nationalization. I live in Nigeria and I am a poet. I'm a teen author who has written 2 books, and my third book is coming up soon. I've been a member of this lovely poetry community, Facebook community, for a while now, and everyone is so amazing. We get to show each other love, and we are so blessed to have each other. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here with you all. So I'll be starting with a poem titled Tears of a Mother. Tears of a Mother. Every year seems like yesterday to Amanda in the village of Bamenda, where she lost her only daughter to a flooding river. The excruciatingly painful dilemma triggers the accumulated clouds of tears in her eyes. The pores from her eyes are like the unpopular waterfalls of imagination. Day after day, night after night, she cries aloud, awaiting the return of Atanda, her precious daughter. Come back to me, she cries, saying, I want to turn back the hands of time. Thank you for listening.
That was beautiful, dear Elizabeth. And I don't think Elizabeth really told about herself, but Elizabeth is a young lady who is still yet a teenager, and she is a published author more than once, and very accomplished. And Jill Sharon Kimmelman, who is part of the session, is her mentor. And I hope that Elizabeth somehow finds that I mentor too, even not to the extent that dear Jill does. But thank you for sharing with us, Elizabeth. Love you bunches.
Thank you
So
so much
next,
for the
you're
introduction.
welcome. And next we have Dr. Shamenaz, who is, please introduce yourself and explain your wonderful form, of which I partake of. You have the floor.
Thank you so much. Thank you, friends. Some of them are new to me. I will be knowing you all very soon. So, I'm Dr. Shamenaz from India, author, editor, and translator of 26 book. Um, I'm an English lecturer. I teach English literature, language, and communication skill. And teaching is my profession, but writing is my passion. And I have been writing poem in both my native language Hindi and English. And I'm also um, uh, f- founder and president of Progressive Literary and Cultural Society, which has been supported by Annette, Tarpley, Sarfraz sir, and Muhsine Arda ma'am, and Manisha Singh, Manju. All these people are a part of PLCS family. And so I will be reciting a poem. Love is a remedy, not disease. Love is a remedy, not disease. Just believe in the meaning of love. Don't let your hopes fade away if you don't get your beloved in life. Don't be depressed and gloomy. Remember the platonic love of Mira. As love is beyond physical self, make it your inspiration and continue to live jovially. Your love will surely inspire you, even the darkest phase of life. Remember, life doesn't end with any losses, but it goes on with all its misfortune. Those people who don't know about Meera, like all the Indians know about Meera, but those who don't know about Meera, I'm just telling about her that Meera was a devotee of Lord Krishna, and she used to love Lord Krishna beyond anything. So her love, we can call it platonic, and it was beyond self. So that is an inspiration or example of pure love, true love, which we all Indian know, but the world doesn't know. So thank you, Annette, for providing such wonderful.
Thank you for that was beautiful, and thank you for explaining that. I love that you gave the history of that. So thank you very much, Dr. Shamenaz. Um, so I noticed as I'm gazing at all these beautiful faces that this is a highly stocked estrogen room here, isn't it? You gentlemen are in the minority, but we will let you delve into your feministic side here. So Sarfraz is laughing. Anyway, welcome. Don't let us intimidate you with our estrogen. So next we have dear Muhsine. You are next, and please bestow us with your beautiful works.
Hello, everybody. It's lovely to be with the family of pop. And thank you, Annette, for this opportunity. I love being with you, and I'm joining you from Turkey, from Bursa city. And it's a great pleasure to be with you all. I am a poet and a writer. I have got 10 books on my name published, and also I participate in several anthologies all over the world. And I define myself as a staunch advocate of the women's rights in the frame of human rights, and also trying to save the environment and trying to save our planet. Well, the title of my poem is Sharing Loneliness. I take fine saplings, uncultivated fine saplings. With loving caresses, I bend, twist, and teach, growing, blooming, and spreading. I explain sharing and giving happiness. All right, I say, now is the time for love. But oh, what? It is my thought, but my sapling disagrees with me. My sapling isn't mine anymore. It is growing on its own, spreading everywhere, embracing all vines. I'm sick at heart. Love, justice, experiences of divine love. I wonder if in the 21st century will all this come back to me? Loving and creating is God's business. But must we share his loneliness? Thank you.
That was very lovely. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
And this wonderful woman has been so lovely as to interpret some of my pieces. So thank you for doing that as well. It's always an honor.
It's
So,
with pleasure. With pleasure.
Next up is my husband, my poetry husband, dear Sarfraz.
Thank you, Annette.
We are husband and wife in print only, but share with us your wonderful poetry, dear Sarfraz.
Thank you, thanks, Annette, my wonderful poetry wife. Thank you. Okay, so I'm Sarfraz. I'm from the UK. I've been writing poetry for a long, long time, but I only kind of got published about 2 years ago. At the same time, I think Annette and myself got published around about the same time. And my first book was The 84 Pins, which has become a second edition, which was released just recently, which has been remastered and bigger and better for everyone. But I've written about, I think, about 4 books, 84 Pins, Two Hearts with Annette. I then wrote a children's book, My Teacher's an Alien, and the wonderful Stab the Pomegranate, which was wonderful. And I think everyone really, really loved that book, Stab the Pomegranate. So I'm going to read from 84 Pins. So this is from my first book, and it's called A Love Divine. A love divine. She had a smile that could light up the night sky, turn heads of any passer-by. Her hair was cosmic coloured, mortified in beauty, with eyes of sapphire, lips of ruby red. Such jewels clustered, eyes like glaciers that leave you hanging on, begging for more. Just one look could turn grey skies blue. With each look she became a treasure box, something that you'd had to explore, something to dip into. Handsome in stature, picturesque in grandeur, I remember her hands beckoned me on into worlds unbeknown to some. Night after night she turned me on, while the lights went out all around me. I stepped into the ocean, I dived into the sea. Thank you.
And that is why he is called the romantic poet, as I have coined him. So, yes, very nice, Sarfraz.
Thank you, Annette. Thanks, everyone.
Next, we have Manju. If you would like to unmute yourself, and please do tell where you currently are located. That might be of interest to some people.
Well, hello everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, according to your timings. This is Manju, and I'm from India. And I love to write poems in Hindi, English, and also Spanish, but I also do translation work. And the more I am attracted towards the field that I like to write is more of social issues. And especially like Muhsine Arda ma'am was saying, she is an advocate of women rights and the things. I say I'm not advocate, but I do, I'm bended over towards that side of women issues, the problems that they face, the rights that have been violated, the women rights especially. I always think into that. Maybe it's because being female we feel attracted, or maybe we have lived at certain point of time something related to it. So my poem is a kind of like a request or maybe a call to all the women to get up, to rise and look for their rights and take their own steps wherever they want it. And the name of my poem is Rise to be a Woman. Now, rise. Now rise, try and fall. And rise again with more power. Get wounded and learn to bear the pain. Get wounded and learn to bear the pain. Then only you will be a winner. Remember, if you will decide to be a woman, you will hurt numerous traditions kept in sanctuaries of religions, of families, societies, and men and women. Of course, they preserve it on your bodies, live or dead. So stop looking in the eyes of rejections. And take every step to stay strong with your own decisions. There is a little life, and it's your time. It's your time to not play safe anymore. So, rise, try, and fall. And rise again with indomitable desire. Rise so you never turn back again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Beautiful, very powerful, lovely, very lovely. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now we go to Romania, to the lovely Bogdana.
Hello. Nice to see you again, Annette, and everybody, and even all the people I don't know and all the people I know. I don't know what to say about me. I know that I love writing. My last accomplishment, let's say, is I don't know if you can see it, is this book. It's called Midnight in the Garden of Peace. It's an anthology in English with many, many writers from not only from Romania, from all around the world. And I was published too. I'm so happy for it. And what can I say? Besides that, I appeared in a lot of online magazines, so a lot of accomplishments, and I'm very happy for them. My first poem is Too Much Pain. I had a big surgery. You broke my heart so deep that it's bleeding. I lose a lot of blood, but I can't lose what I feel for you. I will remain with scars and with a bleeding trust in every man I meet. Instead of yes, there will be maybe. Instead of butterflies, there will be questions. Instead of dreams, there will be nightmares. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Your energy is always so infectious. I wish I had a fifth of that energy.
Thank you very much.
Now, my dear friend from Delaware, Miss Jill Sharon Kimmelman, please share.
Hi, my name is Jill Sharon Kimmelman, and I recently had my first book published. And can everyone see that? It has a pretty beautiful cover. Annette is actually responsible for taking the photograph that I had of these hydrangeas and creating this memorable cover design. So I'm very, very proud to share this beautiful book. The poem that I'm going to read is one that I read this morning, and everyone liked it so much, I thought I would read it again for those of you who haven't heard it. It is called Recalling It All. There are scribbles on the pages of my date book, chicken scratch patches, my personal code, intimacy lost and gained, an indelible stamp of your plotted arrivals, scurried departures, my crafted pose of patience upon every single one of your returns. Words crowd my head. I use them to sketch your slippery, shifting shape into a mediocre resemblance of the hero I deserve. What happened to us, to the people we used to be? Our dreams became ash. What happened to the shimmer of our sweet eternity? Despair that wasn't there, disconnected from each other, disillusioned. I give free rein to all those words, still use them now and again, recalling it all. When Barbie met Ken, lips whisper forever at first brush, falling, falling, falling. It feels like love. Oohs and ahs at the ring, winking on my left hand, a glass or two of bubbly to ease that jittery sensation. Radiant and smiling, gliding down the aisle on Dad's arm. Promises exchanged, another magical kiss. Our charmed life began. Yes, I let you in, allowed you to drive clean a steak, a heaven-sent thunderbolt somewhere south of sweet and virtuous into all my restless, hungry places. Now, nothing of you remains for me to touch, taste, or feel. Memories live on despite the death of dreams. I have none, nor will I request your photograph or carnival bears trace evidence of exchanged trinkets, not a letter with your flourished signature, nor a soft patch of skin proclaiming your name upon my body. There was a time when I did craft poems upon your bare, scented skin with my soft, sweet little girl's tongue, worn down your tough boy bravado with nothing but whispered promises of more. Indeed, I acknowledge your fair warning. Pretty girl, don't fall in love with me. I never shall. You have my word. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Marvelous, marvelous. I heard that you had a great forward to your book. Just a little bird told me that.
Annette wrote the forward for the book, for those
Yeah.
of you who don't know. She also has 3 poems dedicated to her in the book. And in the ebook coming out in March, we have some glorious videos that Annette created. So her imprint and footprint are all over. Oh, the title is You Are the Poem. Just, I always forget. You are the poem.
Yes. And I wrote a poem for you yesterday, and dear Elizabeth, who is here, her father wrote one about Jill and I. Thank your father for us. That was marvelous. Yes, that was marvelous.
Oh, I did. I definitely did.
Yeah. I need to send him a personal message. So next we have Rana. Rana. Please correct me, sir. Zaman?
Rana Zaman. This is Rana Zaman. Hello.
Hello, sir. If you would go ahead and take the lead. It's very nice to have you here.
Thank you. This is Rana Zaman from Bangladesh. Rana Zaman is my pen name. My full actual name is Muhammad Shamsul Zaman Bhuya. I am now retired. I have taken retirement from my government service. Basically, I like to write my mother language, that is Bengali. Till dates, I have 93 publications, of which 2 is in English. I like to write lyrics, poems, short stories, novels, etc. I like to show my 2 books, which have been published in English. This is one. The title of the books is Twinkling Rhymes. It is 1-line poems, 2-line poems, 3-line poems, and 4-line poems are included here. And this is second book in English. First book is Lost Love. It is a collection of poems. In this books, 46 poems have been incorporated here. I like to read a poem. The title of the poem is Regarding Hope. Waiting for hope is positive aspects. Hope is nothing but a special tact. Enthusiasm takes the hope forward. Noble thought set frees captive bird. Willingness tends to implement hope. Irrational hope noose around the neck. Let the willingness climb up the rope. Leaden people falling fail, pull him back. Be patient to get fruit. Exercises is the root. Try and try again, try to reach the goal. Hard nut to crack is nothing, gather coal. Eradicating all evils, hope starts to fall. Rumblings might be mailing to dream. Lodoform applying will act more better. Gyration may be need to weed stream. Hallelujahs will be blessings against hatter. Tactfulness may lead to full to the brim. Today is the tomorrow's step. Illusion should be a hard slap. Mortal will give fresh breath. Eventually you will get a wreath. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Sounds like you're quite an accomplished writer, so that's wonderful. So next up we have, is it Zakaya? Harvey? You are next if you want to unmute and share with us about you and some of your wonderful work.
Hello, ma'am. How are you? Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing good and keeping safe with their respective families. My name is Fatima Z Sarah, and I am from New Delhi, India. By profession, I'm a scriptwriter and associated with many TV channels over here, and currently working for films. So hopefully, we'll get some opportunities in near future. I'm fond of Urdu poetry since beginning, and ever since I've been to passion of poetry, I encouraged to compose English poetry all together with the same joy. So all credit goes to you, ma'am. And now I'm going to start with my poetry, You Gone, dedicated to my mother. You gone, but a piece of you is still remaining there in my heart, which flows through lips in the form of poetry, as like a forgotten dream drips down from sleepless eyes in the form of tears. You gone, but I never stopped lighting up the candles on the threshold of the saluted shrines, as like a firefly never tired of living, even if darkness is vast. You gone, but you are here, respirating inside me, in the form of each single moment, filled with your companionship, as like the sacred verses getting diffused into the heart and touch the soul. Thank you so much.
That was beautiful. I didn't know by your name. You're Fatima. So it's coming up something different. So I apologize. It's so good to have you here. And thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you. Ma'am.
Thank you very much. Next we have Aida. Please unmute yourself, dear, and share with us about you and your poetry. I think you're still muted. You're still muted, dear.
There you go.
Very good. Thank you.
Hi, Annette. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, everyone. I'm Aida from Dover, Delaware. A teacher by profession and poet by passion. and a content writer as a bread and butter. Well, my poem is about mourning of family and friends who pass away this COVID. I'm becoming emotional. I'm sorry. The title of the poem is Tell Me How Time Heals. Like a withered rose laid bitter on a dark winter, with all my petals fell from autumn's spell. Will I grieve forever the loss? Shall I bring back my life whole again in spring? Part of me fell apart like crunchy autumn leaves, waiting for another season to sprout after a long hibernation of sufferings in a cold winter nights of mourning. In reality, the grief was still there, haunting forever until the season folds. No matter how hard I rebuild back my life, the brokenness was still there and will never be whole again. My spirit will remain withered from the painful grief. A deep scar of sorrow left my heart rip. How can I move on to make myself strong? Tell me how. I'm so emotional. Sorry.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
And just made me take a detour on what I'm going to share. So that was very beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And the emotion behind it, of course, it even makes it more meaningful. So thank you. Dear Rita, my beloved Rita, who I adore, you are next, dear.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rita Chugh from New Delhi, India. First of all, I would like to thank dear Annette for inviting all of us for this wonderful program to recite our poems. I write Hindi and English poetry, and 2 books of mine in Hindi have already been published, and now I'm writing poems for my debate English book. So the poem now I'm going to recite is dedicated to my parents. The topic is filial thankfulness. Father and mother both brought us to this earth. Both have their equal share for our birth. We must give our respect to them wholeheartedly. Filial thankfulness we must give most ardently. They are the harbingers of love and harmony. They are the ones who nurtured our destiny. With love and compassion, they brought us up. With love and compassion, they brought us up, paving the way for our life to have lot of mirth. We must be grateful to our parents for our success, for without their guidance, we would be just like dust. They are the ones who made our future bright. Let's thank them with our folded hands divine. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rita. That was beautiful. So beautiful. I'm taking another detour with mine. I thought I was going to read one in that. So the other day, I have to find it. It's a poem that I wrote. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, message for a mother. So I was driving in the car just this last week, and my mother's been gone since 2004. And I have a half brother who had suffered from drug addiction most of his life. And she'd always try to get him help. And he was in and out of prison much of his life because of his addiction. But I'm very proud of him because finally he got clean and he's been sober for 6 years. So I'm very proud of him. Mom was gone before that happened. But when I was driving, I heard Mom talking to me. You know, that little voice that said, you need to pull over and write a poem for your brother. I have things to say. So I kind of pulled over and just kind of let what I thought was coming into me kind of spill. So I wrote this for my brother. It's called Message from Our Mother. I have a message for you, dear brother, a message from heaven, from our beloved mother. Son, I know that your life has been difficult and hard. Your journey was not easy, your path tainted and marred. There wasn't a day I was alive when you weren't in my prayers. A river of tears I cried. For you, son, I deeply cared. I wasn't a perfect mother, but I did the best that I could, trying desperately to get you help as you were approaching manhood. You were young and rebellious, hanging around the wrong crowds. But I knew you had a loving soul, and for that I was proud. I wanted you safe, somehow to protect you from all harm, reflecting upon that innocent baby I once held in my arms. Then you grew into a man, living a new life away from me, a life of destruction heading towards catastrophe. But there's power in the prayer, Mother says for her son. Fervently, I prayed for you before each day was done. Then you turned your life around. I was watching from above. The warmth that you felt inside of you was me sending you my love. Content now I am, I can now rest in peace. All my love and affection I send to you in this poem, Your Sister Unleashed. So that is a poem for my brother. So from Mom. Sometimes that inner voice talks to you and I just let it speak. So we get to do round 2 now. So we are starting again with dear Elizabeth. If you will.
Hello, Annette. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt, Annette. I am also there.
Thank you for interrupting. Thank you for interrupting me because, and so you should. I forgot to put your name down when I clicked on you, and please forgive me. And what an important part you are. Take the floor, my dear. Tell us about you and recite your lovely poetry. Forgive me.
Thank you so much. And it's an honor to be here. And I didn't want to miss this chance. So I'm Manisha Singh from Lucknow, India. I'm a teacher and I'm going to recite my poem titled Power of Passion. Fostering a dream, exploring interests, needs a passionate stream without rest to give us a reason throughout the seasons to master ourselves and accomplish our missions. In eccentricity often lies innovation, vision and creativity builds a nation, and all those things that are incredibly valuable one can surely attain, definitely be charitable. Our passions and dreams must be reignited too, Let us be amazing and outstandingly true. Remember what you used to be solely. Rise up, do what you love consistently. Don't wait anymore. Go on creating it. Get out of the comfort zone and go on and make it. When you want to achieve with certain spirituality, you definitely will let your goals be a reality. Passion gives a ceaseless energy, intense as well, single minded focus or synergy. Willpower to overcome even the most daunting aim. Perseverance, determination, commitment, dense flame. Thank you.
Thank you. I will never forget you again. What an empowering poem. I am so sorry I forgot to put your name down. It's too in tune to my list. But thank you for gracing us, and thank you for coming and being part of this today. I'm so happy that you're here. Um, I would like next for, I think I'm right. I'm trying to scan these faces to see if I forgot anybody. Now I'm paranoid. But I think we're on to you, dear Elizabeth, again. If you would like to share with us again. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll be reading a poem I wrote for my mentor, dear Sharon Kimmelman. It's titled Sweet Memories. I have found my oasis, my rainbow in stormy clouds, a precious gem to be cherished. I found the feather to my cap, a woman with a fine soul, a fair lady whose inks are priceless. I've secured a strong bond with an angel who is hours away. Our love grows with each passing sec. Our zones are unseen barriers in our journey of love and life. I feel the beat of her heart, the sonorous sound of her laughter resounds in my ears like a tinkling bell. She is more than a friend, much more than a sister poet. I felt her care, showers of sweet love, that I hope I shall someday return. I felt her pains, shared in her triad moments. I pray that joy remains her companion. In years to come, when she's no more, I shall happily view our shared photos, colleges to ignite precious memories. This special soul will be immortalized. She is a being never to be forgotten, a woman with a heart of gold, the flower I hold firm and not in the wind. Thank you.
A beautiful and accurate tribute to dear Jill. She will be
Thank
forever immortalized. And go ahead, Jill. Say something to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth knows exactly how I feel. Thank you so much, my angel. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jill. Love you.
I love you too.
All right. Thank you both. And next, Dr. Shamenaz, please grace us with yourself again.
Thank you, Annette, and thank you everyone for giving your wonderful comment on my poem. I'm sorry, I am doing a little bit work, so I am not able to comment, but I like all the poem, and thank you for this wonderful evening for by reading and reciting your poem. You're making my evening beautiful. So I am reciting a poem which I wrote before the New Year. It is a poem of New Year resolution. So means whenever New Year comes, we make lots of resolutions. So before this year, since 2 year we have been in the grip of Corona. So before this year came, I made some resolutions. So the title of the poem is New Year Resolution. To be optimistic. No, sorry. The theme of the poem is New Year Resolution, and the title is To be optimistic. To be optimistic. New Year is arriving. New hopes and aspiration are driving uh, us to make new resolution, to be optimistic in even the darkest phase of life, no matter what situation arises. To be optimistic in our bonding and camaraderie with family and friends, with the entire universe. to be optimistic in eliminating all kinds of evil and pandemics from this world, to be optimistic in loving the entire humanity, irrespective of caste, creed, race, and color, to be optimistic in respecting human and non-human entity of this universe. Thank you. It is a short poem, but I hope you all will like it because the message is very sweet in this.
It's a great message. It's a wonderful message. And thank you for sharing that with us. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, dear Mushin, if you would unmute yourself and share with us your beautiful poetry.
Thank you. Well, is there anyone who hasn't picked up a daisy in their life and ask whether he or she loves him or not? So here's my poem, Daisies. My daisy tiara, though innocently committed, was my first sinful act. Then, picking more daisies, hoping to learn whether he loved me or not, more sins were recorded by angels. Like everyone else, I thought I would do the penance on the day of judgment. Little did I know Mother Earth wouldn't forgive me or any of her children for meddling with nature. Her biggest vengeance is global warming, and my suffering is the knowledge that not you and I, but future generations will be the penitents. Thank you.
I love that. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you very much for
Annette.
giving me the opportunity.
Oh, wonderful. And it's wonderful to see your lovely face. And next we have the romantic poet of the UK. Please share your poetry.
Hi, Annette. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to read the last poem of the new book, the second edition of 84 Pins, and it's called Arrivederci, which means, obviously, in Italian, goodbye. Lost souls that linger, cling onto all that once was, memories that echo upon the twilight years, for the moment disappeared a long time ago in the passage of time into the abyss. Now sadness falls upon me when I think of all that once was, all that I miss. All those that have come and gone, thoughts of you cover me like a flickering time bomb, ready to explode, erode all that once was. All those wonderful memories kept safe and cherished, safe in this heart of mine, as I watch them come and go in the dust clouds of time. I know there is only myself left. I am the last star of the show, for I can hear the final curtain call. I can hear the final whistle blow. Left alone in the midst of sorrow, a sad departure, holding on to nothing but memories of you and I, ruptures into my heart. As another departure falls upon me, as my heart cries, goodbye, adieu, arrivederci. Thank you, guys.
Wonderful.
Thank you. It was very sad, very, very, very sad one. But I do love it. I do love it. Yeah. Thank you.
Saying goodbye.
Saying goodbye. I'm saying goodbye in 3 different languages.
I know. I noticed that. Who knew
Did you like
were
that?
Multilingual? I did not know
Thank
that.
you. I am sometimes, but thank you very much. Yes, arrivederci.
Manju, you're next. Please share with us your wonderful work.
Thank you, Annette. My poem is again, it's a bit serious, but it's short, so won't be taking a lot of time. I'm not able to find any lovely poems because right now I have very limited stuff with me here. So the poem that I'm going to read now, it's named as A Race. Race. A word in a dictionary, a word that holds a whole history in itself, of many lives, of poor peoples, of people of colors, and the race of women everywhere. Race is a word full of pain, a complete definition of suffocations, and a whole matrix of burning questions, for which doesn't exist any answer ever. Race, the black letters on white horizon of the big democracies, a black dot on map of developed civilizations, a dark reality of white and colorful delights that can never be erased by any color painted on them, by any compensation of progressive narrations that never get redemptions even after the act of crucifixion. Race is just a word. Thank you very much.
Beautiful, enlightening, very insightful. Thank you for sharing
Thank
that.
you,
That's
Annette.
wonderful.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. Now we go to Romania, the lovely Bogdana.
You're lovely. My next poem is called V Hearts. We are V hearts that have come from another world. V for the victory of souls against vengeance. You are my Zorro that scratched the V on my heart, and I'm your Spanish beauty that dances the flamenco of love pools. Victory of Venice, the lover's nest.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Everybody is sharing this wonderful poetry. Next up, we have my sister friend, Miss Jill Sharon Kimmelman. Please share.
I'm not sure which to share. I have a survival tale, and then
Why don't you read The Phoenix?
Because I don't have that printed in front of me. But you want me to? You want that one?
Well, I mean, if it's not accessible,
it's not a problem. Okay. This poem was inspired by a remark that Annette made, and it is the very last poem that went into my manuscript and made it into the book. It's called Contemplation of a Phoenix in Flight, and we have a gorgeous video that's going to be part of the ebook. Okay, so let me just find it. Give me one moment. Okay. I guess that's what table of contents are for, right? Okay.
I should have been helpful and grabbed my book and helped you find it.
It's okay, not a problem. Page 77. Contemplation of a Phoenix in Flight for Annette. On wings of doves you begin. In freedom you have found an extraordinary voice. Celebration of your journey's path forward. In tranquility your words returned. A whisper within your heart, first denied, incessant gentle nudges avoided, until you could no more deny those words, their impassioned pleas, than you could stop your heart from beating, your lungs from breathing, your pen from bleeding. Awaited welcomed, their invitation accepted, sonnets and stanzas crafted, your declaration drafted in tears, haunted by fears, now an affirmation of strangers. Like the lotus, your greatest gifts grew greater in the ooze of mud. Celebrate freedom earned, lessons learned. You, a magnificent phoenix, plumes of every hue, grandest of dreams, now yours to pursue. A vibrant blossom ablaze, fiery gems, your magical words. A beautiful phoenix soaring, tall, strong, proud, no doubts at all, most magnificent of birds, most beautiful of all. Thank you.
Beautiful poem. Beautiful.
I guess I take requests, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I requested that. But I do love that poem.
Thank you.
So there is under my name on YouTube, you'll see a video that was made that will come out later on too, and her debut. So next, after Jill, we have Rana again. If you want to please share with us, sir, we would love to hear.
Yes. This is an acrostic poem. The theme is Beauty from Within. Title of the poem is You Have a Wonderful Beauty. Believe me, I like you so much. Either you or nobody will be my mate. And my love emanates from within and without. Untold verses I am keeping for you. Treatise of my love published in many magazines. Yes, I love the beauty of your heart. Firmly saying your blindness never embarrassed me. Really, is that this is your actual beauty. Obviously, I am digging my future to get you. Mentally, I am sound to love you. Whatever my parents say, that don't bother. I have firm determination to get you. Trust me, I will never deprive you. Hurt me when someone criticizes your beauty. In and out, you have wonderful beauty. No one can stop me from loving you. Thank you.
That was very lovely. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing that with us. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Next, we have Fatima. If you want to come forth and again share with us your lovely poetry. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I'm gonna recite my next poem, which title is Poetry is Born. When thoughts meets words. When thoughts meet words, poetry is born. When beauty melts in grace, poetry is born. When feelings embrace sense, poetry is born. When wisdom visions beyond the seas, poetry is born. When passion cuddles revolution, poetry is born. When truth speaks without hesitation, poetry is born. When destitute stands up against injustice, poetry is born. When dreams awake amidst sleeps, poetry is born. When sunray gives birth to flowers, poetry is born. When rising voices turn unstoppable, poetry is born. When intimacy seems pious, poetry is born. When romance looks ultimately gracious, poetry is born. When heart sings a song melodiously, poetry is born. When drunken moments pass flawlessly, poetry is born. When mist touches divinity, poetry is born. When love converges eternity, poetry is born. When green wishes to be lyrical and free, poetry is born. When you and me become we, poetry is born. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was marvelous. Thank you for sharing with that. Very, very powerful message. And yes, all those things poetry is born. Thank you for sharing that. It was marvelous. And next, Ada, dearest, you are next.
Okay, this time no more hyper ventilating.
Oh no, it's all good. We were there with you.
The title of my poem is about ocean fling. Strong breeze coming from walloping ocean waves until the sunset calm the wind. The moonlight reflection glitters the vast ocean. Tranquility at night lull the tides, softly tossing the sands. The salty air clings to my skin. Crusty sand get tickled in between. Playful big waves teasing tiny ripples in push and pull, and colored sea treasures washes ashore. At the early dawn break, I'm on the boardwalk to catch some fresh air and to take a walk. A loud greet of seagulls broke the solitude. Some colorful broken glasses scattered on the shore, mistaken as a food. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing with us. We didn't shed any tears this time. We were good. So it's very, very nice. Thank you so much. And my dearest Rita, my heart, you are up.
The next one, my poem, which I'm going to recite now, is Live Life to the Fullest. Life should be lived as you want. With full of ecstasy, one must dance. Celebrate every day as a new day. Full of zest and zeal, one must stay. If sometimes there are thorns on the way, think them to be as a temporary phase. Look at the positive side of the day. You will see bed of roses with hay. Life is a blend of happiness and sorrows, sometimes gray, another time new morrows. Live life full of love and enthusiasm with precious moments and beautiful flowers. Fill your life with bright and colorful hues, celebrating with beautiful vibes and adventures anew. Let love flow from your beautiful sweetheart, jumping with happiness and glowing every hour. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Very positive message. Thank you so much, dear Rita. And I wonder who's next. I don't know if I will skip her again. But Manisha, you are up, dearest. It's your turn.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for me listening, everyone. I just don't have words to comment. I'm just enjoying it. So here's my thought, you can say, uh, which I'm going to express. The title is Quest Within. Should I do or not? Is it right or wrong? There's a quest within. Am I me or not? She thought it day and night. Was she ruined in life? Has the quest begun or it was an end? It's the part of life. Why can't she understand? It's unfair to decide whom to condemn. Those days which have passed by maybe still return. What role should be again? Will it be just the end? Helpless, she always felt, and still she feels again. Should she face it all again, just as gentle rain? The drops which fall on earth and loses all its mirth as it evaporates just to quench the thirst, or to recollect and go on passing by, to be a part of snow, snow in solitude. That's the best escape, to be quest free and then the chase will end. Such end is not supposed by him who has composed this our poetic life, which forms an elegy, a lament of my own, the quest for mental peace, the quest for contentment and self-deemed confidence, with for which I long, love with emotions, spirits may submerge, take a dip in love, may again redeem, and see her there, within the showers of love blessings, peaceful contentment, helpful understanding, love with spiritualism. Thank you.
That was very, very well composed. Loved it. Thank you so much. So we have, I will share something, and we have time for another round if people want to stay on and share another poem. That would be wonderful. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I'm getting my sessions confused right now, but the website, the Popstar Poetry website, where we're going to be publishing poets, is kind of in limbo right now. I'm reconstructing it. And once that is done, then I plan on publishing everyone that's attending today and what you're sharing, if you will share that with me to publish later on once we're up and running. So one of the things I want to share, and excuse me, I'm sorry, and I will not share on this round 3, this will be my share for both times, is a short story that is going to be published. And it's probably not as long as some of Jill Sharon Kimmelman's poems, because she does these marvelous works. But it is a short story, and this is kind of about me. In a recent one, it's getting published in April. I just started writing short stories in December, and the 3 that I wrote are all being published, so that's good. But this is called The Beauty Within. The subject matter was beauty. And always a message I want to relay to people is that really the beauty lies within. So I have always thought of myself as a loving and compassionate person, one who looks beyond the exterior, deep for the beauty within. No longer having the thin, beautiful body I once did, I now face my own insecurities in the dating world. Men looking for Barbie, yet they were no Ken. A pretty and youthful face I retained, but still doubted and continued to wonder if after 2 failed marriages anyone could sincerely love and adore me. I was able to find a new love, poetry, my long lost and rediscovered passion. One day, while treating myself to a lobster dinner and dining alone yet once again, I noticed an odd pairing of a couple near me. Honestly, my judgmental mind instantly thought they were brother and sister, or perhaps good friends. The woman was in a wheelchair, her body riddled with deformities I knew must be congenital. Short arms and feet that were so severely deformed that it rendered them non-functional. Partly out of both boredom and curiosity, I continued to sneak peeks at their interactions. My interest was further enhanced, for soon it became apparent to me that they were in love. I could hear it in the tone of their voices as they interacted and laughed with one another. A flirtatious interaction I could blatantly see. I then witnessed the man touching her face gently. caressing her arm and deformed hand. I looked at my own hands. They had a beauty and grace, well manicured and longing to be held, but terribly lonely. I finally got the nerve to engage them in conversation. I inquired if they were ready for the holidays. They were smiling as they conversed freely with me. They were celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary. They spoke of their joyous life together, freely expressing their love for one another. I wished them many more years of blissful happiness. Then I turned my attention to the delectable lobster tail that awaited me. I began to think about my ex-husband and how he once told me I wasn't as pretty as I once was. Yet I had been trying to embrace me for the beautiful, kind, caring, and loving person I am, hoping that one day I would find someone that could see the beauty within that far surpasses this external shell. For within this shell exists a beautiful soul. In the dating world, aesthetics reigns supreme, cringing each time a man wants to see more than a face, on a rare occasion shocked by the nerve of a man to ask my weight. I myself could see past a bald head, a wrinkling face, a protruding belly. How I envied what this couple had, the admiration I felt for the husband surmounted, for he loved the core of his wife. In loving the true essence of her, he found beauty in her exterior. I was convinced in assuming that they were equally blessed to have found each other, to share a life devoid of superficial acceptance. As they were departing, I raised my glass. Cheers to the both of you. Once gone, I raised my glass again. Cheers to me. Love and embrace the beauty that dwells within. I quickly wiped away a tear, not a tear of sadness, but of happiness. For I was witness to a beautiful love, a love I thought only existed in fairy tales. Cheers to all of us as we embrace our beauty within, which stands bold against aging, timeless within our core. Thank you for listening.
Beautiful, beautiful. Very nice poem, Annette.
Yeah,
Thank
fantastic.
you. The beauty
Very
within. Embrace our beauty within. So
Has that been published, Annette?
that
Have you
is getting published
it?
in April. The other two short stories are published, including one I wrote about my beloved grandmother, which just got published. So
Wow.
the
Excellent.
it was called The Matriarch of Love. So I'm very happy about that. Those are true stories. That's a true story. But I had to kind of get vulnerable and let myself out there. So more than you wanted to know about me. But if you all, how does everyone feel? Does everyone want to share again, or how does everyone feel? Do this if you want to share again. Okay, very good. We'll just go around, and for some reason you don't want to share, and I call your name, then just decline. Or if you feel for some reason you need to leave, then that's okay too. It's really great to have you all here. We are starting with Miss Elizabeth
Annette,
again. Yes.
I'm sorry. I have a class. I have to go.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming. I'm so glad that you were
Thank you.
here
Thank you very
today.
much. It was really lovely session. I really enjoyed it.
All right. Thank you. It's so good
But
to see you.
unfortunately, I have to go for this class. In 10 minutes, I have to be there.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I
Thank you,
have to leave.
everyone.
Anybody else need to leave?
Hi.
I'm a little bit tired today,
Okay.
so I'm also will participate in the next session.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Okay.
Annette, I also want to take your leave.
Okay. Thank you for being here also.
Thank you,
Good
everyone.
to see you all. Good to see you
Thanks,
all.
Annette, for
See you.
organizing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Good to see you all. All right. Anyone else need to leave? Or are we good?
We're good.
All right. Dear Elizabeth, we can start with you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before I read, I would like to say a big thank you to you for organizing this open mic. It's been a wonderful event having everyone around. And I want to thank everyone for sharing their beautiful works. So Ma'am, I would like to beg permission to leave after I read my poem. I hope I'm permitted. Thank you. So I'm going to be reading this poem titled Most Unique People. It's dedicated to teachers around the world, not just teachers who teach in school, teachers like our dearest Madam Annette, who has taught us a lot of things in our poetry community, and every other person, like my mentor, and every other poet here who have been teaching us in one way or the other, let's say mentoring us. So it's titled Most Unique People. The earth would be incomplete without your presence that is felt as the hands of the clock journey around every year. You are the architects of careers from the ancient times, the authors of careers yet to come. Humanity have felt your impact. The wisest men are models of your intelligence, and the most successful people have felt your touch. Professors speak with abounding wisdom. The world knows that they shared from your fountain of wisdom. The world knows that they shared from your fountain of wisdom. You are our earthly angels. You guide us aright, and your passion has been poured into us. Your compassion has mended broken hearts. The sacrifices of your intelligence has brought forth the very best of men. The best of all things I pray finds you. You shall reap the fruits of your labor, not in heaven alone, but here on earth from all corners. You are the most unique people that will ever live. Your memories shall never perish. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. I just realized I did not mute myself. I'm sorry. Thank you for sharing, Elizabeth. It's beautiful. Thank you for being with us. And you go ahead and take your leave. It's always
Thank,
wonderful to have you here. Thank you,
thank you.
Elizabeth.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
And
Bye, Elizabeth. Nice to see you.
Elizabeth.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
and Ms. Arda, you are up again.
Okay. Well, it is so nice to be with you all, and I have been listening to wonderful poems, and it is almost impossible to comment on all of them. And I really congratulate you, all of you, and I thank you, Annette, for this wonderful, lovely event and lovely poetry session. Yes, poetry is our love, isn't it? Well, the last poem's title is Compassion. The kings are stealing, the people are acquiescing, NGOs are mushrooming, asking for help more and more. My heart is bleeding. Pimps are everywhere, sex slavery is flourishing, either a captive of war in search of a glamorous life, slum daughters are lured, tortured, exploited, crying for help. My heart is bleeding. Genetically modified food distributed universally. The earth is suffering. Illnesses are increasing. Everybody first ignores, then asks for help. My heart is bleeding. Global corporations are deforesting the rainforests, causing unprecedented disasters, and global warming. Environmentalists panic, warning and begging for help. My heart is bleeding. Civil wars are erupting while manufacturers get rich. Bombs and bullets are killing people and forcing mass displacement, while the United Nations piece by piece seeks worldwide peace. Without universal collaboration, my heart is bleeding. When my loved ones are at home, need my love and help, I say I'm tired. They call me heartless bastard. I light a candle and say to myself, I am compassionate, but have compassionate fatigue. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was marvelous composition. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. That's wonderful.
Thank you. It was lovely being with you all, and congratulations, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Congratulations to us all. We go to the UK to a certain man, dear Sarfraz.
Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Annette. It's been fantastic. And of course, thank you for organizing and obviously inviting all of us. So, my last poem is a very short poem called If Only You Knew. Crystallized in beauty, stagnated and pure, like the early morning dew, like dripping nectar that could turn the grey sky blue. Your eyes like diamonds, reflected glass, perhaps reflections of your inner soul, memories of the past that only I could see. You showed me a little every time you smiled at me. Now as I stand before you, I wonder if you can see this man tormented by years of sadness and loss, with a heart beating righteous and true. If only you could see the love I have for you, if only you knew. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Beautiful, very nice.
Oh, it's very sad, isn't it? I was thinking, oh my God.
Nice as well. Very nice. Beautiful
No,
poem.
thank you, Rita. Thank you, guys. Annette, I can't hear you. Sorry.
I'm sorry. That was wonderful. Thank you. I thought that there was someone else who just tried to sign in, and I thought I accepted him, and I don't see him, so I don't know what happened. David Mary. So, all right. Thank you, Sarfraz. Wonderful and beautiful as always. Is that one in which book is that one in? The new one, the second edition. Very good. Thank you. I think you're muted now. So next, we'll go to. I think. Let's see. Who do we have? Because if some people left, I think we're up to Bogdana. You are next.
Okay. Before I say my last poem, I want to say thank you. You're a very, very, really cheerful and nice person, and it makes me happy anytime I meet you. And I really miss those meetings. So I'm very happy here, and I meet new poets, and I see the oldest ones like Mr. Sarfraz or Ma'am Rita or Ma'am Aida. They're really nice and very talented. Or Jill, I see her anytime. Even on the group, she posts a lot of poems. And now my final one is this one is more sensitive. Is called Destiny's Choice. He was chosen by God to be blind, but to see beyond his eyes. Chosen by God to feel what others cannot feel, to feel the beauty of inside and not the fake from the outside. He was destined to see only the truth and not the lies on people's lips. He was happy not to see so much masks around. This child was destined to smile although he was blind. People thought he was crazy, but he thanked God for seeing what he had to see. Thanks.
That was beautiful. Very touching. Very touching.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. My dear friend in Delaware, Jill, you're up next. You have to unmute, if you would.
I'm hoping it's not too long.
I was teasing you now.
I know. And every time Elizabeth references when she's gone, I feel like I've got one foot in the grave. So
I
know. Okay, this is a tale of survival. It's told from the perspective of an adult survivor, but I would like to just say right off the bat, even though it is a true story, It is not my story, so you don't have to spend any time saying, oh, dear God, she lived through that. Okay, it's called Death of Humanity. Your slippery, grasping arms proved no match for me. With eyes squeezed tight against this scene, I sought escape from unimaginable fears. The sounds, the feel, your odor, my raining tears. You took me by force, found your pleasure in watching as I trembled from head to toe. Humanity died in you that day. The rape of your child slammed heaven's doors shut. I was powerless against your rage-driven might. Over and over, I shouted, no, then again, no, no, no, no. Some merciful spirit willed me keep up the fight. For years, you watched me play at dress-up games. Prideful and wobbly, I stood before you in grown-up lady shoes. You listened to my whispered pleas. Look at me, words spoken without shame. So began my season of abuse. My memories of this horrific act, I never will escape. I've done my best to block the pain, let doctors peer inside my brain, tried pills of every color, prayed to gods of every faith. I am worn down and exhausted from running this endless race. This stops now. There will be no more wasted energy, no more hellish pain. I am done with you forever. Never again will I speak your name.
Marvelous. Strong poem. Strong
Thank you.
message. Thank you so much, Jill. Rana, you are up again, dear sir. If you would want to unmute yourself and share with us again.
Yes, thank you very much for giving me another chance. The third poem, this is my third poem. The title of the poem is Be Vocal Against Domestic Violence. Think a little before you scold her. The girl worker works all day, all the day. She washes the dishes while you are asleep. In the afternoon, she took care of your small child and do not give time to breathe in the morning. You are giving her the leftover of food or pulses in stale or panther rice. Even if a piece of fish is added, what is the meat? The beating is assigned only if it is a little sideways. Do you notice the sore marks on his back? Once your wife was holding a hot iron, but she talked about human rights. Doesn't preventing domestic violence come under human rights? Think once that adolescents like your child, give her a quarter of your child's affection. You will see that the girl will work with more enthusiasm. How much more? Now be a little human. Being poor or miserable is not a crime. Speak out against domestic violence with a clean hand. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wonderful. And thank you for speaking out against domestic violence. Thank you. That was wonderful. Dear Fatima, you are up next. If you want to share with us again, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for organizing such a wonderful evening, and also thanks for giving me this chance. to be part of this. So my last poem uh, one of my recent poems, and I also shared it in pop. I guess before 2 weeks back. So it is title of this. I'm bold and beautiful. I am bold and beautiful. I am a woman of the present. No matter what you think about me, I know how to graciously carry myself. Each way, I am just wonderful. My coquetry is unique while walking on high heels. I laugh loudly at the jokes of my friends. After a tiring day in the office, when back home, I peek out through empty window. I smoke. I enjoy late night parties without thinking a while. I'm not self-centered, but it seems I am. Well, least evolving on my own axis, cause I'm aware how precious is my smile. I dance under the blazing rains. Since my wishes have a vast sky to fly, I happily move with elegance because I believe in self confidence. I stand shoulder by shoulder with loved ones, but never allow them to ignore my existence. As my dreams are greater than anything, I don't weave but live them. You can call me selfish, but I love myself the most. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great message. Great message. And so we should love ourselves the most, right? That's where it all starts. Can't love ourselves, we can't love others. Beautiful message. So next, dear Ada, if you would like to share with us again. Unmute yourself, dearest. Still can't hear you.
There you go.
Okay.
Before reciting my last poem, I would like to say thank you, Annette, for having me, and to you all guys. And looking forward for the next round, maybe next year or another 6 months, maybe. Why not?
1 month.
Okay.
Try to do it monthly. I'll try to be better about doing it monthly.
Oh, wow. That's great. The title of my poem is about who am I in the silence between my thoughts. I am the soothing breeze. It calms anxiety with ease. A lost wanderer in the silence of my thoughts. Mindfulness, the armor of awareness that I sought. There's serenity amidst busyness. Just inhale to savor the soothing air and exhale. Where heart of the matter dwells, peace unfold. My defensiveness melt as the warm sunset felt in the silence between my thoughts, allowing to let go. I can forgo and tears flow. I let my pride deprive, replacing with openness and kind-heartedness. My neurotic depression subside and made favorable healing inside. That's all. Thank you so much.
It was marvelous. I love that. Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
And I bet I know who, you know who's up next, right? Rita? It is you.
Yes, yes, I know. Thank you so much, Annette. I really adore you. You. Okay, the next poem now, the last one, which I'm going to recite, is Winter Morning. Winter morning, is spreading its wings. With cold, smiling face, it sings. Cuckoos in their nests do blink, sweet flowers waiting for the sun to wink. Slowly, the sun rising in the east, ladies at home, waiting for the feast. Sitting together, gossiping in the garden, is a beautiful core for the damsels at ease. Women sitting sipping tea beside the hearth, looking out of the window pane with mirth. Shiny dewdrops dancing on the earth, animals getting up looking at the VR dirt. Children shivering on the way to school, office goers trying to sizzle in a carpool. Laborers shrinking, covering faces with wool, are on the go for their work in cool. That's all. Thank you.
That was wonderful. That was marvelous.
Thank
So
you. It's
wonderful.
your turn now. It's your turn, Annette.
I wasn't going to share another one. Miss Arda
Oh,
had said something about doing one that I recently recited for a sexual harassment thing that we did.
okay.
But
Yes.
there's actually one I recently wrote that got a lot of attention, probably more attention than anything I recently wrote. And I rewrote it. I never rewrite poems. I rewrote it because it's called The Answer is No. And so it tells about, so I rewrote it because the guy said, well, what is the solution? So then I rewrote it with the answers. What makes it a yes? What makes the no a yes? It's a very strong feministic thing. And probably most women can relate to this. The answer is no, with solutions. So this is the revised version. If you want me to change who I am in order to meet your specifications, the answer is no. The yes lies in embracing me for who I am. If you want me to, sorry, hold on. The lovely sound effects of a dog. If you want me to cater to your whims, what you expect and do not reciprocate, the answer is no. The yes lies in a mutual balance of give and take. If you want me to sacrifice my joys for you while you dictate what I do, the answer is no. The yes lies in allowing me freedom and finding joys in my joys. If you want me to be submissive while you possess all power and control, the answer is no. The yes lies in relinquishing power and control and accepting compromise. If you want me to love exclusively while you squander your attentions abroad, the answer is no. The yes lies in agreeing to love each other exclusively, satisfied that the union makes us whole. If you want me to quench your desires, never caring to fulfill my needs, the answer is no. The yes lies in recognizing each other's desires and finding pleasure in fulfilling each other's needs. If you want to possess my soul, yet of yours I get not a glimpse, the answer is no. The yes lies in allowing each other into the portal of our souls. Only then can we grasp the complexities that dwell within. If you want all my love and affection, yet you alienate me from yours, the answer is no. The yes lies in a mutual love and affection that is in synchrony and freely given. If you want a relationship that is not equal, where you will dictate the path, the answer is no. The yes lies in a mutually satisfying relationship where we walk the same path of life, equal partners in a dimension where respect, love, and cohesiveness reigns. The no will be negated and the answer will be a resounding yes. So,
Great.
Wow. Very nice.
The reason that I asked for the other poem, and I thought that maybe the friends would like to hear your poem in English and then in Turkish from me.
Oh, do you want to do that now? It's not very
Yes,
long.
if the friends
Okay.
like to hear your poem,
I
so
am
read the
sorry.
poem and then I will read in Turkish.
What was the name of my poem? What was it?
Unwanted Attentions.
That's right. Unwanted attention. So this is about this is a fictionalized instance. So it's a story. It's fictionalized. And this is how it goes. It started as an innocent, flirtatious encounter. Engaged in me in conversation, looking at me, his eyes meeting mine, transfixed in a longer than casual stare. A flush came over me. I felt uncomfortable and lowered my eyes to the floor. A warmth flooded my face, a surge of embarrassment, at loss for words. I turned around and walked away. Persistent, tenacious was his gall. Relentless was his pursuit. He touched my arm. His warm hand cupped mine, his palms now sweating, my eyes still downcast. No personal space. My personal space no longer personal. His presence close and unwelcome. I looked down at his hand, a gold wedding band, a broken trust. An emancipation was liberating as I again walked away. My back pressed against the brick wall. I felt the pressure of his chest against my own. His lips brushing up against mine, I felt trapped. His lips now muffling my pleas of no. I felt helpless as his hands roamed my body. An unsolicited invasion. Stop. He left me no choice. Blaming me for the loss of his job, he took no responsibility. Never hearing the pleas he muffled, but I would not be responsible for the future violations that I could stop by telling. So that is
Now in Turkish.
Yes.
İstenmeyen yaklaşımlar. Bir karşılaşmayla başladı. Masum, cilveli bir sohbet açarak, süzerek beni gözleri gözlerime kenetti. Kaçamak bir bakışın çok ötesi. Bir utanç kapladı beni. Huzursuzdum ve bakışlarım yere çevrildi. Yanmaya başladı yüzüm. Kabaran utanç dalgası, edecek bir sözün bulunamayışı, dönüp uzaklaştım. Israrcıydı, inatçıydı küstahlığı. Bitmedi takibi. Dokundu koluma, kavradı ılık eli elimi. Avuçlarım terlemekte şu an. Bakışlarım hala yere çevrili. Kişisel alınım kişisel değil artık. Adamın varlığı yakın ve davetsiz. Baktım eline bir alyans, altın evlilik halkası. Kırılmış güven, kurtuluş özgürlüğe kavuşmaktı. Ben tekrar yürüyüp giderken. Sırtım tuğla duvara dayalı. Hissetmekteyim göğsümde göğsünün baskısını. Dudakları dudaklarıma sürtünmekte. Kapana kısılmış durumdayım. Yakarmaktayım. Hayır. Dudakları boğuyor yakarılarımı. Çaresiz hissettim gezindikçe vücudumda elleri, istenmeyen bir taciz. Dur. Bana seçenek bırakmadı. İşini kaybetmesinin suçunu bana attı. Hiç sorumluluk üstlenmeden, duymadan bastırdığı yakarılarımı. Ama ben sorumlu olamam. Gelecekteki tacizlerinden onları engelleyebilirim ifşa ederek. Thank you, ladies.
You know,
It's
when
very
you read
nice in
it, when you
Turkish,
read
you
it, my
know.
heart was
It's a
racing.
beautiful
So,
language.
thank you.
I just wanted to have a little surprise for you.
Oh, it was beautiful. And
It's very out loud, you know. I mean, the Turkish language sounds very beautifully.
oh, it's gorgeous. I
Oh,
love
yes.
it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. So this is for my thank you present for Annette for tonight.
Thank you. And I'm delighted that you did that. So honored, very honored. So I want to let you all know how happy I am that you came here and that we shared all these moments together with all this wonderful poetry. And we'll try to do it more often. And please, later on when my the site's up again, the website will publish your poetry to those. But thank you so much. This is my heart kind of goodbye sign. And love and blessings to you all. And everybody can unmute and say goodbye to each other. Just go for it.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice to meet
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Mamonette.
Love
Have
your
a nice
poetry.
evening.
Thank
And
you.
this is to your dog.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Annette is a very sweet dog, very sweet dog.
Thank you.
Take
Yeah,
care.
she needs
Bye.
to be. She needs a bath and she needs to be groomed. And you take care of her. Take care, y'all. Much
Okay,
love
bye.
and blessings to you.
Bye.
Bye.